Behind me is the door to a very messy, disorganized wood shop or shop. Today we're gonna get in there, we're gonna clean some things up, get organized. At the end of the video, I'm gonna tell you three kind of tips and tricks on how to stay well organized, to keep the things that you need and be able to find them when you need them. Let's dig in and get this place cleaned up. All right, we have our wood shop here. This is about 80% finished with our organization. So this will go along with tip number one. This was a complete disaster of, I had a bunch of totes. So we cleaned this up with a shelf. Shelves are good, but too many shelves just create more horizontal space to collect junk. So you don't want too many shelves, but I do like one here to keep some of my extra tools handy right on the back side of my work table. The first tip that I would say is one of the things I have found most beneficial to organize is a combination of two things. French cleats. French cleats are super easy to set up. They're super easy to build. You can use scrap wood. This is just old pieces of decking, 5/4 decking. I have this set up nice and close to my work table so that I have all my tools available here. There's still a lot more organization to do on the French cleats. Now you can build your own French cleat devices to hold various things. Like this is just a piece of scrap wood with a little another piece of scrap wood basically glued and nailed to it. This holds a clamp. It sits in the French cleat system. So you can build your own, or what I have found really cool is you can go onto Thingiverse if you have a 3D printer, and you can make all kinds of great things. So this is a drill holder. This is all 3D printed, and it's French cleat, ready. So this holds my drills. I actually have one more of these to print. I just ran out of PLA. So I'll have one more for my Greenworks drill. And also made all of these little bins. So this holds tape measures and kind of various little multi-tools. This has a French cleat system on the back of it. This is to hold larger and smaller size screwdrivers, and you got an Allen wrench holder. There's actually another one that I'm gonna print. This is a metric version, and then I'll do a US version. This is amazing. I'm gonna actually print out a second one of these. This holds all of my bits, and they don't fit in there too tight. They kind of fit nice and loosely. So I've got all of my little nut runner bits. I've got some star bits. I've got some multi-use stuff in here. Visible, I can turn right around, see what I need, grab the bit that I need, put it in the drill, and then I can easily put it back when I'm done. And then I also printed off all these little shelf brackets. So and I just threw a piece of scrap wood up here. This is some scrap shiplap that I had laying around. And so I've got a little more space for some more tools as I continue to organize in here. Had this French cleat system over here. So there are two rails. There's one there and there's one behind this. So I just mounted this to a piece of MDF and then put a French cleat on the back of it. And so now this can hang here. But this is super handy to keep a lot of things out in the open. I've got electrical items in here. I've got, just kind of random things, clips, and I've got lots more space for other things. You never know when you're gonna need a spring. This is a Vevor air compressor air hose reel. This is amazing. This is, I think, 50 feet. This is, run right through the wall into my air compressor. And so now I can pull up a car outside the garage if I need to air up tires, which happens all the time. And I can just grab this thing and I can reel it out. It'll stop when you hear the clicks. Now it stops, and so it'll leave the extra hanging here. And then I can reel it back in. And this is so much better than having a pile of air compressor hose laying around or trying to reel it up all the time or roll it up. What I may do is grab a second one of these from Vevor and put it on maybe with a shorter hose. I think they may have a 25-foot option, and I'll put that on the other side. My air compressor has a second attachment on here, and so maybe I can mount another one on this side and then I'll be able to use that in the shop. This actually came from our pantry, and it has this this piano hinge on the side. This was an extra. So now this shelf kind of swivels, and in one side I have all of my screws organized, and on the other side there is nails and staples. Tip number 2 is using free containers. I'll show you a couple different free containers that I have used, and also some that cost a very small amount of money. These are Great Value brand lunch meat containers, and so I have been saving these. I will continue to save these, and these work great to hold screws. A lot of times my boxes end up looking like this over time, and so I can add those to a little bin. And this is just a great way. Some of these are unorganized or random extra things from jobs I've done, but keeping screws and other bits and pieces and hardware organized in these, they're clear, so I can see what's in them very easily. 2 other types of containers that I have used are jars. These work great because they are clear. so I can very easily see at a quick glance what's in each one of these. I've got lots of different hardware that I've collected over the years. You can also take this lid and screw it to the bottom of your cabinet, and then you just twist these off and take the jars off and put them back on. They can all hang here. Another great way to stay organized is, that's free, is coffee cans. These plastic coffee cans, you know, our grandparents used metal ones for years, and now we have plastic ones, and they're just as good. So in here I have all my hole saw bits, and I actually created a system years ago for this. This is chalkboard paint, and you can use a piece of chalk and I can write on there whatever I want. I can erase it and rewrite something different if I want to. And then this cabinet here, I have used these clear totes. So this is my favorite kind. I have a lot of these that I had collected over the years before I found a favorite. These work great. These are great to stack in cabinets. You can see what's in them really easily. So I know what, you know, at first glance I can easily tell, okay, I've got plumbing fittings in here. I've got some more plumbing hardware in here. This is like toilet and sink hookups. These are nice because they have the clipping handles. And so you can really, you know, secure things in there. If you have something heavier in there and these tip to the side, stuff's not going to fall out, the lid's not going to fall off. And of course they're stackable. Eventually I will get rid of all of these other types that I have in here, and I will get just these kind. And so every time I'm at the dollar store I usually buy a couple of those. And the last tip is actually something I haven't done yet. I had just purchased one of these Brother P-Touch labelers. So I'll use that labeler. Of course you don't need to buy a labeler. You can use tape and a pen. You can use, you know, lots of, they're inexpensive or free ways. But my plan will be to use this shop for the next month or so. And I'm gonna see what I like, where I like things. You know, if I need to move some things around before I start labeling, I wanna have everything kind of in its final resting place. I'll print out labels for every cabinet of what's in there, what's in this side, what's in that side. You know, what's in every drawer, what is in these cabinets. All of these will get labels on them. Even though I can see what's in there, I want to have a label in case you know, if I had something organized in this and I've used all of them, I want a label on. I want to know what was in there and what I need to buy more of. And I added a couple of electrical outlets to my shop table. So there's one on this side for the table saw or whatever tools I'm using on this side of the shop table. And then I added one on this side. This is often the side that I stand on when I am sanding or other things, so I've got a place to plug in power tools right here. I don't have to bring out cords or anything. Did a full video on this work table build. This is a very simple build, but this has really revolutionized how I work. All of the my scrap wood is now organized. This is stuff that I'll probably burn. It's just pieces, bits and pieces that are too small to really use. When that gets full, that goes in the fireplace inside. And then these are just various kinds. I've got a lot of plywood in the middle here. I've got various lengths of other types of wood, dimensional lumber, things like that. My plan is when these are full, I don't save any more. The rest of it just gets burned. These old milk crates, I saved these for years and they have finally come in handy. There is a lot more organization to do in here. It certainly is not finished, but this was a huge leap. I have been in this house for over 2 years. I have struggled through using this shop in a messed up condition that it was. I spend more time during a project trying to find the tool, trying to find the scrap piece of wood, trying to find the right hardware, trying to figure out what I have, what I need to buy, and then I end up buying extra things. I mean, this being organized saves you money, saves you time, makes you way more efficient with anything that you're doing. And so if you haven't organized your garage, your shop, wherever it is, whether it's in your basement, a shed, or outside or inside, whatever you have, keep it organized. It will be a blessing in your life. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Thumbs up if you enjoyed or found something useful here. Let me know how you stay organized. You got any free ways, any great tips and tricks to share with the audience? I'd love to have you share those down below. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.